The FujiCast is an independent loading zone production.
Tuesday, 28th of April.
The FujiCast.
And it's episode 98, Kev.
98.
So close. We haven't actually come up with an idea, have we, for episode 100? We've just decided it's going to be, as John Cicada once said, just another day.
Yeah, we did. Well, actually, that's not quite true. We did come up with several ideas, neither of which were workable.
No. Well, technically, it meant everything had to fit in place. If there was just one part of the chain that broke down, it would just be a disaster, wouldn't it? So,
yeah.
So we'll let off some. Have you got any party poppers in your house still?
No, I can stick a pin in a dog. That'll probably make the same sound.
I don't know what we've got. We must have something that we've saved for birthday parties or something. Anyway, we'll do our best. Right, it being a Tuesday, it's Tech Free Tuesday. No technical questions at all today. It's a show about photography. Whatever brand, whatever flavour you use, and whatever genre you work in, or if you're just a hobby, if you are a hobbyist or an amateur, it's for you as well. Thank you very much. You're very welcome aboard the good ship FujiCast. By the way, I must make an apology immediately, Kev. I really messed up with something I said yesterday.
Uh-oh, what did you say?
Blondie, UK. Do you remember I said it's a UK artist?
Mm-hmm.
I always get Blondie confused with Kim Wilde. Who, of course, Kim Wilde is British. Debbie Harry, Blondie, is American.
So, I thought she was British.
Well, no, I think she had bigger success in the UK before America. I think I'm right in saying that. I'm being very careful now what to say. I feel like the World Health Organization trying to address a meeting by Donald Trump. Be careful what you say; it'll be taken out of context. So I did get that wrong. I apologise. Everybody that pointed that out, you are absolutely right. The first one who wins the prize to have pointed that out was Mandy Burton. And she popped in. The message came up on my screen. I thought, oh no, yes, of course you're wrong. And then, bless Mandy, she deleted it. So I think she thought she might offend us. But I did. So the trouble is, the message came up. The damage was done, Mandy.
I'm sure it's not the first thing we've said that's totally wrong.
I've got a feeling you're probably right.
Nearly 100 episodes.
Do you know what? I sat with Kim Wilde in a sauna once.
Here we go.
Well, you're allowed to talk about all those interesting people you meet in Japan whenever I meet somebody or say something.
Yeah, mine never start with, I once had a sauna with Kim Wilde.
Well, did you ever have
I once ate a raw fish with a camera manufacturer.
Ah, dear. It was for a program that never really got off the ground. It was called something like Heated Debate or something like that. It was a bit of a a shoehorning exercise, wasn't it? How can we squeeze this subject into this title? But it was quite good fun. So let's launch with the questions. Ben Gillet. What is your I'm not calling him Gillett anymore. I like the French version. What is your favourite photo community YouTuber for their personality? Irrespective of content or production value, who is an underrated YouTuber that we should give some time to and why? And he said, congratulations on reaching 250 gazillion or something close. There we go.
Well, you're the one to answer this question because I don't really do much YouTubing at the moment.
I suppose my favourite photo community YouTuber would probably be. It's going to sound such a cliche saying it, but Peter McKinnon. I just really like his personality.
I like his personality. I have to say, he seems like the kind of person that you think if you bumped into him in the street, he would go, "All right, mate," although I'm sure that's not the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like his personality. Although I have to say, I find his content now just a little bit cliched,
repetitive, maybe sometimes, or
repetitive, cliched, and don't I would love to be repetitive and cliched and have the income he's got, so I'm not knocking it.
He's doing all right, I think, isn't he? What is it, 4.5 million or 5 point something million now subscribers? It's hard to keep up with him. He went from a standing start to 1 million in literally no time at all.
Yeah, and good for him. And I think a vast majority of that is based on his personality. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Although, of course, he's a bloody good photographer and filmmaker and all-round magician, and he can play a guitar and drums, and he's good looking, and he's basically, I hate him.
And he drives a jet ski. Yeah, hate him.
Yeah,
and he has a really
big, massive truck.
Cool truck. Yeah, hate him.
His wife is like a supermodel.
Hate him.
Yeah. However, what I will say though is we got sent an email the other day. I don't know if you picked it up from Christian Fregan, I think, or Fregan.
Right.
And he pointed us towards the work of somebody called Adrian Otero Villa.
Oh, yes, I haven't looked at this yet. Have you? So you've had a peek, have you?
I have, yeah. And so his website is aows.co. And it's beautiful, black and white work, beautiful work. And he's got this really nice YouTube channel as well, which I have been looking at recently, or since I got that email. Yeah. He's only got 10,000 subscribers, so I say only, but compared to McKinnon. And I think Ben's question was who is an upcoming YouTuber that we should be giving more eyeballs to. So take a look at him. So on YouTube, search for AOWS. That's the name of his YouTube channel.
AOWS. Okay.
AOWS, and there's some really nice little short films and some educational stuff on there, and I think he's using some kind of old medium format film camera. It's nice, and he's got a book out called "Becoming an American." And yeah, good. I really like
Becoming an American. Is he not American then?
No, I think he's a Brit who spent some time in America. I think. Right. So, for example, on the 20th of April, if you look on his website, there's a blog post called The Upside Down.
I was just seeing it. Oh, yeah, I'm playing it. Look, I know that's his channel trailer. Sorry, The Upside Down. Here we go. Oh, it sounds ominous, Kev.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing that gives you nightmares, Kev.
It's the kind of thing that won't work on a podcast.
Well, it will, because listen, you're getting this idea straight away of how ominous this channel is. Look. It's like listening to Stranger Things. Well, we're seeing a lot of black and white images far across at the moment, aren't we? I see. It's all the upside down. Oh, let me just stop that, Kev, so I can hear you again. Go on.
I am here,
No, you're on the same fader, I just realised. Where's Kev gone? He's on the same fader as the upside down.
I know you like to go down a rabbit hole of...
stuff. I was in my rabbit hole of sound. So go on, tell me about the upside down.
Well, not the upside down, but his book Becoming an American. That's what I was looking at. And you said, is he American? And I said, no, he's British. And it turns out he's Spanish.
Oh, okay.
And of course, with a name like Adrian Otero Villa, then he probably would be more Spanish than British.
Well, either that or he's from Brentford. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. AOWS.co is the website. AOWS on YouTube is the YouTube channel. And it's not going to be everybody's taste, but it's right up my channel. Sorry.
I beg your pardon.
It's right up my alley.
I think that was even worse.
Gritty, moody, ominous.
So is the whole channel black and white?
No, it's not. But that's what draw. The website, I think, is certainly mostly black and white. The website, the images, pretty much all of them are.
Well, then let's go for him, and then we'll go for Peter McKinnon with the other one. Oh, and also, if you don't necessarily want somebody to be, I don't know, over the top personality, I don't get myself in trouble here now, Kev. Pete McKinnon's, that big personality. Also, Sean Tucker. Oh, love his channel too, Sean Tucker. Let's go for Steve Vaughan's got a question actually, and I almost leapt across there, but moderators can have questions too. How do you start a YouTube channel? What can you include in your video that might or might not be copyright, e.g. a photo of a record cover? This is a really interesting one because I follow, and I know you follow him as well, the Art of Photography, Ted Forbes. And the other day he was, and I like his films because they're a good pace, neither too fast nor too slow. It's kind of thinking man's audio as well, isn't it? And thinking man's video. And he was talking about a particular photographer, and he was showing images of it was a documentary photographer, and he was showing images of theirs. Now, maybe he did, but I'm thinking, well, I'm not sure he went to the estate to say, could we use these images? But they were there, clear as day. And you've got to be very careful because some people do legally chase, don't they?
Yes, however, there is caveats on this because when I was building Ministry of Sound, and I was I need to say that again. And there are caveats on this, because when I was building Ministry of Shadows, I was concerned about doing things like book reviews and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I did look into the legalities of it, and yes, there is copyright law and various things like that. But there are, I can't remember the exact terminology, but things like education, information, all that kind of stuff is basically allowed as fair game. So
fair use, you mean?
Fair use, yeah.
Fair game.
And so that would be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I think obviously when you are showing things like photographs and record covers and stuff like that,
right,
then obviously you need to be showing exactly who the copyright holder is and owners and all that kind of stuff, and making sure that it's part of a contextual conversation.
But say, for example, you're doing a film about the amazing record covers, of which there have been across the last couple of decades. If you're showing cover after cover after cover, as long as you're saying the artist's name, are you saying then that's under fair use?
Well, I would say fair use would kind of be more along the lines of, if you did a video about record covers and, it starts with you talking and you holding up a record cover and saying, I love this record cover because of this, blah, 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 then I would say that's fair use. However, if you had a video that was basically just record covers as pictures being scrolled past the screen and no context to them, then that probably isn't.
Oh, no, I was suggesting you'd be talking about them. But okay, I didn't realise that. I've always shied away from things like that. For that reason, but that would explain how Ted did it, and YouTubers like Jamie Windsor, who has these extraordinary images, which he actually pulls the images apart sometimes, doesn't he? They kind of bolt together in jigsaw fashion, and they all come together. But they are works of familiar art and familiar photographs.
You shouldn't be creating you shouldn't be editing them and creating other objects from them, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
I think that's not classed as the same thing. But if you're, reviewing something or whatever, then I think that's fine.
Okay.
That's my understanding anyway.
Elizabeth Gray, I was wondering if any of your children have shown an interest in photography, and if they said they wanted to be wedding photographers when they grew up, would you encourage them, or would you try and persuade them to find a different career?
Well, Rosa and actually Albie also have they've both got old cameras of mine. They don't really take it too seriously, but they do drag them out every now and again, and they get a little bit excited by it, and then it goes away for a while, and then it comes back again. To answer the question about wedding photography, I would probably.
Careful.
Well, I wouldn't say don't do it, because I think it's a fine job and a fine career.
Yeah.
However, I would imagine by the time Albie, who's only 9, he's turning 9 on the weekend, gets to working age, I suspect wedding photography as a job will be either not here or very different. Technology is going to make things incredibly weird over the next few years.
Hold on, Kev. We've got stage invasion.
Oh, are you doing your podcast?
I'm doing the podcast. Yes.
Okay.
You need the loo, do you?
No, I don't.
What do you need?
I was wondering if you could help me with
With what do you need help with?
with my film.
With your film. Can I help you later?
Yeah.
Okay. Stage invasion over. I need to help him with his film.
Was that Thomas or Jack?
No, that's Jack. No, the trouble is one of them will do a film for their YouTube, and then the next one will come along and think, oh, you're doing a YouTube film, I must do one now. I'll go and check out, see if Daddy's got some better effects you can put on mine to trump your one. That's what's going on, basically. Yeah.
Well, Rosa this morning was doing her online Microsoft Teams thing from the school centre, and Albie, because he's still only year 7 or whatever, they're not really getting stuff like that. So Albie took it upon himself to get the table tennis out in the kitchen just while she was banging it.
That's essentially what's going on in our place, because Thomas is the same sort of age as Albie. Jack's sitting in there doing science in the morning, and Thomas decides, I'll see what I can do to make some noise, or maybe I'll go and try and bake some cakes or do something. I'm watching them now through the glass. They're throwing cushions at each other now. Look.
Oh, that's fun though.
Stop it! But I'm looking at my laptop. Look, the cushions. Stop it! The cushion is flying. It's just gone past my laptop. I'm going to look the other way. Anyway, sorry. So back to the question. If Albie gets to working age, he possibly won't become a wedding photographer anyway, because you don't think there'll be such work around for him. It will have changed.
I think it will change. I mean, we've got this new Canon monster of a camera that's been announced that's got 8K uncropped video and all that kind of stuff. I think that there's going to be a lot of basically sticking a camera on a stick, filming and pulling stills and
God, you have to do a lot of work to pull stills out of it.
There's a lot less work to just stick a camera on a stick and film everything. You're going to get 3-dimensional cameras. You're going to get all kind. Tech is getting cheaper and better.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I honestly don't know whether the kind of traditional way of taking pictures is going to be a thing in 10 years' time.
I tell you who'll be unhappy about that.
Nikon.
Oh, sorry. Any excuse, Adam?
There's going to be a whole load of people that and I make no apologies for saying this. There's going to be a whole load of people that once had Canon, then came to Fuji because Fuji were rocking it with their sensor and stuff like that. Then Sony came along with their amazing eye tracking sensibility, and they all got rid of their Fujis and went to Sony and started taking 20,000 pictures a second. And now they're all going to be getting rid of their Sonys and going to Canon, and because that can take 1 billion pictures a second and film in 8K and all that kind of stuff. And then eventually Nikon will come along with something better, and Fuji will come along with something better, and Sony, and they'll just keep going around in massive circles.
I know. At some stage, you've got to stop. I mean,
they're like a fish with one fin.
Stay where you are. Use what you use. Go out and make better stories, and stop buying stuff.
My kids, have you?
Unless it's a new Fuji, is what Andreas would say.
Yeah, just yeah. But that's what will happen. I'm not saying no. Of course.
Dear.
Albie always says to me, he comes up to me and he goes, "My name is Bob.
Right.
I'm a goldfish, and a goldfish has a memory of." My name is Bob. I'm a goldfish. And a goldfish has a memory.
Oh dear!
Stop it.
Exactly. Adam North, have either of you missed the start of a wedding?
I very nearly did.
Yeah. Why was that? What happened?
Well, the bride said to me, "Oh, we're going to be coming down these beautiful stairs into the back of the house, and we're going to walk through the house and everything." I said, "Cool. Do you want me to wait to the bottom and kind of get shots of you and your dad coming down?" "Yeah, that'd be great." So I stood at the bottom of the stairs. I don't know. It's like 3:10 or whatever, and they haven't come down, and then it's like 3:15. Then I hear the music, the entrance in right at the other end of the house.
Oh no!
I think, oh my God! So I tear through the house. I just get in. I come stumbling into the back of the room, looking like somebody who's just been robbing a bank or something.
More Columbo than usual.
Yeah. Just as the bride and her dad are getting to the front of the aisle, and he's handing over the hand, the hand in marriage.
Yeah.
So I managed to snap a couple of pictures, literally, of the back of the dress as she got to the front.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I said to her, out of interest, you didn't come down those stairs in the end? She went, "Oh, no, we decided not to in the end. We just went straight down the other way."
Well, thanks for telling me.
Yeah,
dear.
That's great. Thanks.
There's a church close to us. I think it's Berkeley. Is it Berkeley? There's lots of clears around where we are, and I can never find this blooming church. Tom doesn't find it. None of them find it. But they never find this church, and I can never find this place. And I did get to one church, and they were in it was a long time ago because Sam was working with me as a second shooter, and I wasn't there, and she'd stopped them. She'd stopped the service from going ahead. Otherwise, they would have just walked in, and I'd have been in lots of trouble. But they were waiting for me, and they were all looking at their watches when I arrived 10 minutes late. I've never done it again. That church, though. Right, we've only got a few more. Tech Free Tuesdays are quite fun, aren't they? All these different kind of questions.
I like Tech Free Tuesday.
Tech Free Tuesday. Do you want to go really left field with this one?
I no longer like Tech Free Tuesday.
Actually, no. Let's this one. You'll love this one. This gives your inner angry person a chance to surface. Okay. Will Marsh in Froome. Is it Froome or Frome? Froome. They pronounce it Froome, don't they?
Yeah, Froome.
One for Tech Free Tuesday. How do you deal with people that click their fingers at you and say, "Oi, photographer"?
I don't deal with them at all. I just turn around and go the other way.
Do you? Do you not say my name is Kevin? Nice to meet you.
No. I pretend I've looked at my foot, or I've go down and pick my camera bag up or something. Absolutely no, never. Anybody does that to anybody, but just look at them and say, "Oh yeah, I'll just get back to you. I'm just doing some stuff," and then I go home.
Ah, dear. Christopher Yeading, you'll like this one. This is very different. I have a non-tech question for you both. Why did the Bokeh Chicken cross the road?
I don't know. Why did the Bokeh Chicken cross the road?
Well, can you remember any chicken jokes?
Was there no answer with that?
No, no answers. Just asked a question.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, I know why the chicken crossed the road.
Go on then.
Get to the other side.
Yeah, that's it. To avoid the foul jokes was another one I remember. Two donkeys, by the way, Kev, are standing at a roadside. One asks the other, "So shall we cross?" The other one, let me get this right. The other one shakes his head. "No way. Look what happened to the zebra." That's one of my favourite crossing the road jokes. Right, one more. Ali, in brackets, friend of the show and female, close brackets, has sent a shorter one in the last time. Hi, Kev. Hi, Neil. Thanks for making your show into a daily one just now. Just wondering how the homeschooling is going. Would you consider doing this full-time and homeschooling your kids when things go back to normal? She's got several questions, so go on, you can answer that one first.
Well,
have you taken part in it, is the first question.
If I'm being brutally honest, we haven't. I think today is really the first time we've kind of encouraged the kids to do any kind of homework.
Right.
Even Rosa, who's in year 7, Albie's in year 5, I think. Yeah, we've just let them enjoy it, essentially. Obviously we had the Easter holidays anyway, but yeah, so today is really the first time. And my responsibility was getting Microsoft Teams up and running, and getting something out of it. But Gemma's been doing some stuff with Rosa, and Rosa, bless her, was doing some stuff with Albie. I heard because Albie's homework was something to do with columns in multiplication and something, and me and Gemma were like, I'm not really sure. So Rosa said, "I've got this." So Rosa sat down with Albie and went through his column multiplication, whatever it is. And so we're getting Rosa to do it with Albie.
Yeah, if our Jack says that, can you do trigonometry, Dad? Sorry, was that a squirrel over there? I'm sure I saw a squirrel out the window. God, even the English, which I like to think of myself as somebody who's got a fair opportunity answering some of the questions to do with English language. No idea at all. They're talking absolute foreign language sometimes. Anyway, so I think the answer to there is no, we'd like it back to normal. What date is the Fuji X conference in Bath this year? I reckon we'll all need this. Go on, you can answer it. We answered this one before, but go on, let her down gently.
There ain't gonna be one. Basically,
yes,
and that was pretty much decided before the this Mini came along, and we're going to deal with that first anyway. So there's not going to be one. There may well be something next year with a different slant on it. We won't say anything more than that. But yeah, the X Weddings Conference this year is not going to happen. However, what we should probably encourage is when things are safe and free to do so, we'll all go somewhere as a FujiCast community and
hang out,
pat each other on the back and drink and have a curry.
I know where would be a great idea. Merthyr Tydfil, the outside broadcast, would descend upon Merthyr. They wouldn't know what's hit it, or we wouldn't know what's hit us.
I haven't had my jabs for Merthyr for a long time. I'm not going to doctors for that. All
right, another couple of questions. She's really gone in. Look at all these. Would you ever consider shooting with your respective wives at a wedding to be a husband and wife team? Well, I have in the past, so that wouldn't be so unusual for me. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the lovely Gemma with you on tour photographing your weddings?
Actually, I could. I know that Jeff Askoff did this very successfully with Sarah,
Gemma?
even though he used to say husband and wives, photography teams. My God, who would even consider it? Why would you ever do it? And then Sarah, his wife, turned out to be a very good photographer, and they shoot together and do it very well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Gemma. I'm not sure whether she would ever want to do something like that. She's certainly not a photographer, so there'd have to be quite a lot of training and stuff like that involved. But yeah, I would not be against the principle of it at all.
She'd be good client facing though. She's very good with clients.
She's very good with everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And if you ever needed, she could whip you up a quick table or something while she was there.
She could, or draw a life-size portrait of somebody in the living room.
Oh, dear. Two more questions from Ali. She made sure she got her money's worth here. What's your favourite vendor meal when you're working as a wedding photographer? This could be any photographer, really. If you're working and somebody feeds you, what's your favourite vendor meal? Yours has changed now, hasn't it? I mean,
I don't know if I've got a favourite as such. I used to just basically devour anything they gave me, even if it was something I hated, because I was so hungry. But no, I don't think I have a particular favourite thing. I'm quite like easy things to eat that aren't likely to go down my shirt or anything like that. So
nothing. Yeah, that's my
chips or something.
Yeah.
Like a little curry or something like that.
No, don't do a curry. That I tell you what, I love, Ali.
Have you got a spoon, please, sir?
I love that. They always come. And it's always rich with butter. This particular dish, but I love it when they serve up the vendor meal, which is a good strong steak. Yes, bring it out.
Yeah.
Not for Kev anymore though. And finally. And this will be the final question today as well. When do I get to be a friend of the show, like Emily and Murray are? I tell you what, Ali, you can go one step further, and you are...
You're our favourite listener, and we mean it.
Murray didn't get that, and nor did Emily. Although Emily probably deserves it more than Murray. I'm going to put you down there in the... You're definitely part of the clan. Can you see what I did there?
Yes.
Because she comes from Scotland. Anyway, that's it, Tech Free Tuesday. Would you like to... I've got loads more questions on Tech Free Tuesday left. Should we just carry on doing them while we've got them?
Yeah. I like it. I like the idea of... I'll say it again. I like it. Tech Free Tuesday is good. Keep them coming, and we'll do them every Tuesday while this horrible thing is still going on.
Yeah, well, we're all going to be better tomorrow, though, aren't we?
Well, we've got our illustrious leader back now. Yeah. He's looking pretty healthy this morning, so, which is good.
Everything's going to be okay.
The Daily Show Photo Challenge.
Well, we can't forget this. This will be the closing bit of the show today, then. Daily Photo Challenge. Last week off, by the way, because for next week we've got this brand new idea that we haven't thought of yet. So
last week's challenge was 21st of April was what's on your wall. So show us your artwork in your house. We had approximately 105 entries for this.
That was good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And most people obviously took pictures of things on their wall, frames, pictures, prints, lots of postcards. I like Jim Butler's one. It's his wife. It's a printmaker's drawer that she keeps all her precious things in. I immediately looked at that and thought, I want one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little cubby hole for everything. Brilliant. Joel Gates had a collection of old cameras, which was nice to see. Also, and there was one that I really, really liked. Now I need to find it because this is always the problem. Adam Featherstone.
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, so Adam's one was a series of 6 or 7 black and white pictures, which just looked really nice in the way that he'd taken the picture. And it's like I don't know whether he'd taken the picture of the pictures in black and white, but the radiators in black or black and white, and the whole thing looked black and white. So it may well be it's just got grey walls and stuff.
He just sounds like he's got a cool house.
Yeah, just got a cool house. But the images were, as he goes on to explain, were taken by his late father-in-law, who is Stuart Darby, during the course of his work as a location and set photographer for Granada TV.
Oh, wow, what a job. Wow.
Yes, so there's pictures like background portraits of things like Jewel in the Crown, Brideshead Revisited, Sherlock Holmes, and stuff like that. So,
Brideshead Revisited.
It was cool.
There's a memory. Brideshead Revisited. God, dear.
Yeah, very good.
Let's have a new one. Let's have a new one for today then. Come on.
Okay, so today, the theme...
Are we still on numbers?
Yeah, the number 2. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I've seen the ones rolling in for number 1. So
dear. So be careful with this one, please. The numerical 2, something to do with the number 2.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be the number 2. It could be 2 of something.
Oh yeah, well that's right. Yeah.
It could be very abstract, and it could be something that implies 3 minus 1. I don't know, but anything to do with the number 2.
Okay, that's it for Tuesday, Tech Free Tuesday. Back tomorrow. Thanks, Kev.
Bye-bye.
The FujiCast is an independent loading zone production.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show.
Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart, goodbye.
Goodbye.